now turn out headlights to full beam in order to gaze forward through the mists of time. The light from them reflects off, not a deer, but a scene 10 years from now. 1 decade into the future. Len enters the scene. But what's this? The Once-ler is there too.
Do you remember that thing that happened 10 years ago? The one that seemed like it would split us apart forever, but instead brought us closer than ever? That brought us to each other?
The time with the... Oh right.
It's hard to believe what happened, isn't it? What happened and what it led to.
Of course, my sweetness.
Now that I have remembered it again, I will never forget it.
It was pretty life-changing.
So we now dim our headlights and reverse drive back to the present. The mists closing back around the future and the camera of our mind drawing back to the world we know of as the now. Far, far away, in a distant magical land. Meanwhile, back in the future, Len and the Once-ler were enjoying each other. As the narrator, I will respect their privacy and not specify how. It's certainly clear they were close. Not just metaphorically, but physically with their bodies as well. The Once-ler was distracted though, thinking back to the past. We join him on his flashback, a flashback to our story in the present. After their last adventure, Len found out just exactly how cruel people could be.
How nasty and inconsiderate real humans actually are. Ooh, a polar bear. A magnificent beast who would not hesitate to kill me, but at least it would be quick. Not an overlong conspiracy of many years. Just to be unleashed on me when I am at my weakest and darkest moment. When I needed my friends the most.
But there had been one tiny ray of light in this hole. Len remembered fondly the day he discovered it. It was a Tuesday morning, he remembranced. Even when all his friends betrayed him, there was one consistent factor in his life.
It could never happen. Why must we battle? Why must I be destined to destroy the Lorax? Can I ever tell him how much he means to me? Only I could. My pain would be over and I wouldn't suffer under the laughter of Miku.
Miku told Len she loved him, only to stab him in the heart on Valentine's Day because what started out as a fun adventure turned out to be actually much worse.
Let's create a plan.
Okay.
There are so many weapons I may use at this armory I built last week after I got tired of all the enemies attacking. But I feel as something bad will happen in this time that I am currently in, so I shall use the golden katana. The sharpest sword ever made by the gods.
But little did Len know that in fact, the sharpness of the blade was decided by the amount of love the wilder received. And so if Len would be wielding it and Miku didn't actually love him, it wasn't sharp at all. Which is the case. And now, with that, we once again turn our headbrains to the future. Stepping forward down the road of time and walking for 10 years until we get to the place in time which this takes place. Len and the Once-ler were just finishing. Out of respect for their privacy, I will not specify what they were just finishing.